All right, you may or may not know President Trump, ex-President Trump, Cheeto von Schitzenpants, met with Zelensky. Why? I have no idea. But this interview was about Ukraine being invaded by his best buddy, Uncle Vladdy. That's what this was supposed to be about. Never missing a chance to put words into people's mouths and to try and pretend they said things and did things that they didn't do. He took the opportunity, standing side by side with a true leader, a true hero, a president who had the opportunity when his country was invaded by the biggest aggressor on earth. He declined running and hiding in a safe space. He put on a bulletproof vest, got out on the front line with his troops, stood shoulder to shoulder, and was with them on the battlefield. Donald Trump had bone spurs and 5 deferments, and he reflected on his lovely days of bar hopping in the 1980s and staying away from STDs as his personal Vietnam. That piece of crap was standing next to a true hero, a true president, and a true leader. And instead of talking about helping Ukraine defend itself against being invaded, having their sovereign country defend itself, President douchebag Van Dixon turned around and started talking about the fake impeachment that the Democrats were in charge of and how Zelensky could have thrown him under the bus, but it was very, very cool. And even Zelensky said it was a perfect call and started going on and on about the Zelensky perfect call. And Zelensky's sitting there biting his tongue, like you could see in his eyes he wanted to just throw a punch. You could see it. And this disgusting piece of orange trash went on about that. And then his only comments about the war in Ukraine was how wonderful of a relationship he has with Uncle Vladdy. And Zelensky, being the funny guy that he is, said, well, I don't have a good relationship with him. Trump's response, instead of saying, hey, you were invaded, said, well, it takes 2 to tango. Check this out. Tell me this douche nugget deserves to be back in office, the way he handles our allies.
This meeting, what do you expect to hear from Look,
this is a meeting, and we have a big race going on right now. I guess 37 days left, and we're leading in the polls, so we'll see how it all works out. Hopefully it'll work out, but if it does, we're going to work very much with both parties to try and get this settled and get it worked out. It has to end at some point. It has to end. He's gone through hell. This country has gone through hell like few countries have ever. Like it's happened anywhere. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. It's a terrible situation. And I will say I have had a great relationship. It was very honorable. I don't even know if you know this, but when they did the impeachment hoax, it was a hoax, just a Democrat hoax, which we won. But one of the reasons we won it so easily is that when the president was asked, it was over a phone call with the president, and he said he could have grandstanded and played cute, but he didn't do that. He said, President Trump did absolutely nothing wrong. He said it loud and clear, and the impeachment hoax died right there. He could have said, well, I don't know, and I never even told you this, to be honest, but he was like a piece of steel. He said President Trump did nothing wrong. We had a very nice call. He congratulated me on his victory. It just won. I remember that. He could have played cute, and he didn't play cute. And so I appreciated that. So we have a very good relationship.
This is a man who has witnessed tens of thousands of his citizens be slaughtered by Russia, who has fought back despite Trump's buddies blocking every bit of funding they can, despite the fact that Donald Trump himself, while in office, as he's saying, yeah, we have a good relationship and he's a good guy, and he was kissing his ass right there in his speech, did stop the support for Ukraine after that perfect phone call. He did screw him over, and he kept screwing him over. And then he has the balls to look the man in the face as his people are still being slaughtered. Women and children by the thousands, because his buddy that he has a great relationship with wants to take over another country. And Donald Trump's solution is telling Zelensky to give him parts of Ukraine. It's important that we realize how screwed up this big picture is. The president of Ukraine has been fighting for his life. True assassination attempts, not the PR stunts of Cheeto next to him. True president, a true hero, and a true servant of his country. Had to listen to that bullshit without knocking him out. That must have been the hardest thing he's done. So God bless you, Zelensky. The dipshit that was standing next to you could learn something from you if he knew how to learn anything at all. But we all know how that stands. So please keep supporting Ukraine. Keep supporting the groups that support Ukraine, including especially my buddy Tom over at Dagger Custom Apparel. He's got a great program supporting Ukraine and supporting the largest child foster care facility in the country. It is fantastic. Yes, very important. God bless. Stay diligent, stay educated, be kind. We are all in this together.